Linda Barcz from the Barcz Company here, taking your calls at 270-9933. Good to see you. Real dry out there, and you got plants that love water.
Yes, isn't that appropriate? Well, if you have ponds or a water feature of some kind, we have nice little combinations of plants put together for you that you can just come and pick up. And I also want to mention Japanese beetle. Everything else is so early this year. I'm expecting that they're probably going to be emerging earlier too. So this is a systemic material that you can use on your roses that helps to not only fertilize and control that chewing insect, it also helps with fungus problems. And then I brought, versus the rosy plants in the sun, caladiums, because those are all beautiful plants that have wonderful foliage all season long. They work real well in shade, so if you have a shady spot, this white one in particular will just brighten up that area.
They're beautiful. And put the stuff on the roses now?
Yes, you can do this systemic now, mix it in a watering can, and then just water it around the plant.
All right, prevention.
Yes.
Let's start with Jan in Madison. Hi, Jan, what's your question?
My question is, I have a Christmas cactus, or blooms in Thanksgiving, and I don't know if there's a Thanksgiving cactus. I want to put it outside for the summer like I always do, but it needs repotting. Should I repot it now, or should I repot it now before I put it outside, or should I repot it in the fall when I bring it in?
No, I think you should do that now. Finally, someone's calling and asking about repotting at the right time. Yes, this would be a good time because when you put it outside, you are going to get regrowth. Make sure that you use a sandier soil because it is a succulent, and then don't put it right out in direct, real bright sun because I set something out and I burned some leaves. There was too much of an adjustment, and don't overpot. About an inch on either side of the existing is as large as you want to go.
Okay, we'll go to Mary now in Loganville. Hi, Mary.
Hello?
Hi, what's your question?
Hi, I'm wondering when the good time of the year to move irises is, as long as they're blossoming and...
Yeah.
Hi.
The irises are looking gorgeous this year. So what happens is after they get done flowering, that's the closest to dormancy that iris go. So that's a great time to divide them, get rid of all the woody, nasty stuff that is not producing good foliage, and then separate and replant them. And after you cut them apart, let them air dry for a little bit so that wound doesn't rot when you replant them. And then make sure that if we're talking about German and bearded, then you want about half of that rhizome to be at the soil surface.
Okay, so right after they're done flowering.
After they get done flowering is a great time.
Okay. Cindy in Janesville. Hi, Cindy. What's your question?
Hi. The trees have kind of grown too big and provide too much shade for my rhubarb, which is up. When's a good time to transplant it to a sunnier location?
Okay, rhubarb, preferred time is in the fall. Think in terms of peonies and rhubarb, both of those get moved in the fall of the year, and then you can obviously cut all the foliage back and don't plant them too deep. That's one of the other things.
Okay, so the fall.
Yes.
All right, Barbara in Portage. Hi, Barbara.
Hi. I have got some rhubarb that's gone to seed, and I'm wondering what I'm supposed to do with that. Am I supposed to cut it off or pull it or what?
I always have just cut that off. Just cut it off and get rid of it. It doesn't do any good.
Can't use it for seasoning.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Just get rid of it.
Yes.
All right, Gaylord in Richland Center. Hi, what's your question?
Good morning. I'm wondering about phlox along the roadside. When is a good time to?
I think he wants to know when good
Good time for seed. I'm wondering if he's thinking, there's a lot of people mistake this, well, I did at one point. There's a plant that's blooming right now that looks like phlox, looks like garden phlox, but it's something called Dane's Rocket, and it's actually an invasive. So that if that's what he's thinking about propagating, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, probably not phlox growing along the road.
It's too early for garden phlox to be blooming.
Okay.
Creeping phlox, that's blooming right now. The moss phlox is blooming, but.
All right.
Okay.
All right, that's all the time we have for now. If you're on the line, stay there. Linda will take your call off the air, and we'll be right back with the final.